Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope you all are having a fantastic day. If this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Carrington. Not your first time here, hi, welcome back. If you're into all things makeup, trying out new makeup, old makeup, shop my stashes, project pans, unboxings, all things makeup, sprinkling in some true crime here and there, as well as some book reviews, then definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified of all my future uploads. As well, if this is a video that you do enjoy, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. And let's go ahead and let's dive on into the video. All right, I bought some more Give Me Glow products. Are we shocked? No. Did I? Yes. So what do I have to share with you all today? So we have tried out the plain white eye primer like a month ago maybe. And so this time I have, this is in the shade Parchment. Want to see how well that works for a day where I don't really want really bright or pastel colors. I just want one that kind of matches into my skin tone. So we're going to see how well that works. Then they mentioned they were getting rid of their loose, they're called shimmering powders, but basically they're like loose highlighters. So I went and bought all the ones that they said were marketed for my skin type. So we have Baby Doll, which is a pink. We have Moonlight, which is like a white. We have Glaze, which is more of a champagne. And then we have Warm Lights, which is like a very light gold. So we will be trying one of those out. Then I know these, I have tried quite a few of these on camera. But in this bag, in this compartment right here, I have 40 of the 64 glosses. I have 17 more on their way to me and they're in the mail. But here are all the glosses. And then they only have 22 matte liquid lipsticks. They're all right up here. I now own all 22 of those. So no more on the way. I hope they're going to be coming out with some more like cool, fun shades in liquid lipsticks. Their liquid lipstick formula is seriously one of my favorites. Love it. And then for like the thing I'm probably like the most excited for is they came out with a new single called Dragon's Blood, which is this right here. It's a multi-chrome, so you have like a bluish, teal, lime green, gold kind of a shift. I mean, look at that. That is so beautiful. And then on, I mean, just look at that. Look how stunning that is. And then on Black Friday, they released some more singles and some of them were greens. So let me see which ones are exactly ones. Did I bring anyone? Okay, so Ariel is one of the newer ones. Kelly Green is again one of the newer ones. And I think that's about it. And then I bought the Money Moves. Haven't tried that out yet on camera, but I did pull together some greens so we can kind of use some green mattes. I am literally so excited about this. So this is absolutely beautiful. It is, it's mind-blowingly stunning how beautiful that shade is. Give me glow. Oh, they have no idea who I am. They will probably never know who I am. I can sit there and hype them up over and over and literally they have no idea who I am, but so good. So let's go ahead and let's start diving into a look. So let's go ahead, let's start off with this eye primer in the shade Parchment. Just put some all over my eye. These blend out beautifully. Unlike the one from Colored Rain, where really just put it on one eye. Don't put it on both. You'll thank me later. And then just start kind of blending this out. See, blends out so beautifully. Such a good primer. I'm gonna start off with the first shade right here. This is the shade called Patty. I'm gonna take that on that same brush I used to set my eyes. Does have some kick up, coats the brush nicely. Give Me Glow shadows are like insanely good. Like I'm just gonna, okay, it is what it is. And I'm just gonna start focusing this in my crease and transition area. Yep. It's just so nice and pigmented. I'm not really having any patching issues. This is one I didn't go like too overboard with picking up some product, so I will have to kind of layer it, but boy, is this good. I really hope this look just like comes together. I definitely want to make this like a little bit more like grungy kind of green. So I'm next going to go into, let's go into this shade right here. This is called Kelly Green. This is one of like the newer greens that they came out with on Black Friday. Again, it has kick up in the pan, but such a beautiful shade that just goes on so nicely. Next up, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Ariel. This is again a little bit, this is a new shade, a little bit more like that darky grunge. And again, I'm just going to focus this really low into the crease, almost where you can't really see it unless I close my eyes. But it's going to turn out beautiful. I hope so. Give Me Glow and their formula, you guys. I can't stand it. I can't stand how much I love Give Me Glow. It's so good. I feel like so many people sleep on indie brands. Okay, here's a question that I have for everybody. Who got you into indie brands? And I mean this in the most like sincere way ever, because here's like my whole, let's get into like my whole spiel. So the next shade I'm going to go into that's going to be on my like outer corner is going to be like Money Moves, which is this really, really dark grunge green. Okay, because I have always really been into makeup, right? Like when I was little, I would carry around this exact caboodle and I would have it filled with makeup. I would go, when I got paid, okay, this was in the 90s, all right? 90s and early 2000s. I would literally go with my, what is it called? Allowance money. And I would either go buy a Beanie Baby. And if they didn't have any Beanie Babies that I liked, I would go buy makeup, right? Because I loved both. Or sometimes I would be like, okay, this week I'm going to go buy makeup. Next week I'm going to buy a Beanie Baby. Just like, oh, just like stuff like that, right? So I loved, like I had these lip smackers. They were in the long tube and like twist and like a little, you know, applicator gloss. And in this applicator gloss, like they came in like, oh my gosh, like 30 or 40 cents. Like not even joking, literally 30 or 40 cents. And I would buy all of those. I literally had all of those. Like there would be people that would be like, can I have one? Like, no. 30 or 40 cents. And then, not like cents as in like I paid 30 or 40 cents. Like 30 or 40 like cents. Okay. And so, and then I had like, and those would all go like in the little front where you put like the lip stuff. And then like the sides had like could fold over. So there was a pocket here and then like they popped up on the sides and you can put more stuff there. I had like, if my mom like bought some makeup, because she did Avon for a while. Y'all remember Avon? Yeah. She did Avon for a really long time actually. Yikes. But she would like order stuff and like sometimes like the people would like back out. So So she would be like left with it and like she had to pay for it. Welcome to the MLM world. And so she still had to pay for it or whatever out of her like commissions and stuff. If she couldn't get it to sell, and like some of it like she wasn't going to use, which is fine. Like it's fair. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into leggings, which is a black shade, and just focus it like right on the outer portion. So I would get all those if my mom just like, I don't know, didn't want like certain makeup products anymore, like she would just give them to me. You know, if my older sister didn't, like I just had tons and tons of makeup and I loved every minute out of it. I was in like 3rd or 4th grade with this caboodle. Anytime I went somewhere, like if I went and stayed at my grandparents for like a week, because we were like in very different states, like Minnesota, Kansas, right? Very different states. I would take my little caboodle with me. I would have it. And I was so happy and like so proud of this like caboodle and makeup. Seriously, the most proud. And okay, anyways, I feel like I'm getting way off track here. So anyways, I've always really been into makeup, but I used to do my makeup like this in my adult life. Not the best, right? Like we all have to start somewhere. But anyways, I was at work one day and I was just like talking about how like I really want to get into like more makeup and like do better. And one of my coworkers who I love more than life in itself, she was like, hey, YouTube does makeup, it has makeup videos. And I was like, no way. And this was like 2017. She's like, yeah, she's like, check out Tati, check out, she just like gave me like a list of like all these people. And so I went and I checked them out. And I did buy some stuff off of their recommendations, but they always talked about things that you could find at like Ulta, Sephora, or the drugstore. There was never any mention of indie brands. Ever. And so I was like, interesting. Well, then one day I got on to somehow somebody talked to me about Teresa is Dead. And then she mentioned like Amy Loves. And then that's when I got introduced to indie makeup. Y'all, we are seriously sleeping on indie brands. And here's the thing. I know YouTube like pushes like the bigger creators like Tati, Kelly Strack, things like that, like really pushes those bigger creators because they get more numbers, they get more views, it gives them more money. I get it. 100%, I get it. But like, they're not talking about those indie brands. And when I compare like my indie brands to like some of my like really expensive high-end like Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, they do not compete. Indie brands like I feel like outperform some of the best and most high-end luxury brands. So what I want to know is who are some of the first people that you started watching on well, I'm looking for my glitter glue on YouTube, right? Like who was somebody that you first started watching? And then were they somebody that talked about indie brands or were they not? And if they weren't, my cat scared me. And if they weren't ones that talked about, you know, like the indie brand and things like that, then who introduced you to indie makeup? Who's one of your favorite influencers that you watch that does talk about indie makeup? And what brands have you discovered because of them and thoroughly enjoy? Like, that's what I want to know. So now that my eyes are cut creased, we are now going in with the Dragon's Blood shade. I'm going to start trying it on a brush. See how well this picks up, but oh, am I ready? Oh boy, here we go. Seriously beautiful. Oh my God. I'm like loving, I know, I still have my whole eye left to go, but like this is a smash for me. You guys. This is what I'm talking about. My brush is not even wet. When I say we are sleeping on Give Me Glow. Oh, you guys, it's so good. Like, I cannot even handle this. I am now going to go off camera, kind of do as much of my face as I can so we can come back, do the lower lash line together. What else are we going to do? We're going to do the lower lash line, we're going to do the highlighters, and we're going to do some lips. So I will be right back. Alright, so I'm back. Let's go ahead, let's finish up the lower lash line. I'm going to go ahead and start off with that very first shade that we went into and just start smoking this out. Like, you really need to smoke, smoke, smoke. Then we'll go into a little bit of that darker shade, which is the Kelly green, and just kind of focus that on smoking that out as well. Maybe not like as far, but still. Alright, then I'm going to go into the shade Ariel and smoke that closer to the lash line. Ooh, definitely some fallout. Wow. I did not really experience that on the top of my lid, but yikes. Okay. Let me see if I can take my powder brush and like powder that away. Nope. Oh no. Okay. Yikes. See if I can like, oh no, you guys. Shit. Okay, shit. Let's try my Jaclyn Hill powder, which is for brightening. Take that on a sponge and see if we can powder this out. Fuck. Oh no. Okay, well, this is not going well. This is not going well. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go over it with concealer. Just mess everything up. Let's, little dab. Oh man. I'm so upset. Literally, I am upset. Blend this out. It doesn't look terrible. I will give it that. It doesn't look awful. Okay. Just fuck. Literally, I was so excited about this and now I am pissed. Then I'm gonna take, we have like this little like light green shade in here, like a shimmer. I'm gonna focus that on like my inner corner part of my lid. I don't know that I necessarily love this for like the inner corner, but it'll do, I guess. So we've gone over like the different shades in here. I think I want to do glazed. So here it is in the thing. We're just gonna, okay, here's the thing about these. They are super messy. Like, I will 100% say that they are messy. They are beautiful though. Like, these are like some blinding, like blinding, like, okay. Do I really even need to say any more? I feel like the glaze went nicely. It wasn't too bright, so like the moonlight wasn't pink like the baby doll, and wasn't too gold either. Whew. All right, y'all. This has been a journey. This has been a journey. Like, I am literally shocked by how much of a journey this is. Okay, so now we need to pick out a liquid lipstick. I have 22 like options here. Nah, too pink. Okay, honestly, all right, listen. Let me see if I can find it. What do you know? It's sitting right there. I'm thinking black lips. Hear me out. Black lips, and then I have a black gloss to go on top. The black gloss. We're just gonna put some of that right on top. All right, so wow, here we are with the final look. It was definitely a journey to get here, a journey that I was not expecting, but I am glad that we are here. I'm glad that we have made this journey. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just kind of talk about my final thoughts on everything. First things first, I love their liquid lipsticks. I've raved about them before. I just have more colors now. I love their liquid lipstick formula. It's so comfortable. In terms of their gloss, I usually don't have a lot of issues with their gloss, but this black gloss, the XXX gloss, it was kind of hard to get on. Not usually something that I have issues with. So I was a little bit surprised that it was as hard to get on as it was. You know, it could just be because this is like a very deep black gloss. Let me pull this out. So I feel like a lot of times when yeah, this is like a deep black gloss. I feel like when I experience black glosses, they're a little bit more transparent and not as pigmented as this. But this is a very pigmented gloss. Like honestly, I could have seriously just went in with this and literally had no issue. But I decided to layer it up. So it's a little bit more of like that pigmented gloss, so that may be a little bit hard to make it as creamy, just because, again, like I said, the black glosses that I've tried that are really creamy just don't really have a lot of opaqueness to them, and this one does. Moving on to these little, what are these called? Little highlights. These are very messy. So if you don't like a highlighter that's super messy, they do make ones that are like pressed into a pan. Those are fantastic as well. These are really nice and blinding. The ones that are pressed into a pan, also super blinding. So really it's a personal preference. If you were like, well, I like sometimes having, you know, like a really nice loose one, I would say pick one up. If you just like loose ones, go and run and grab these, because they will be, once they're gone, they're gone. So definitely go check those out. But if you're one of those where it doesn't really matter, you just want like that blinding highlight, I would just go with the pan ones. Like those are good as well and not as messy. These are definitely messy. In terms of the primer, it blends out beautifully. You know, really does like get rid of like discoloration. It blended in perfectly with my skin tone. I am like the fairest of the fair. Let me just tell you, there are like, I want to say like 12 different options for eyeshadow primer. So there's a white one, and then that goes all the way to like a completely black one. I mean, like my shadow is sitting beautifully on it. I don't have any creasing. I don't have any crinkling. I don't have nothing. It's really good. All right, let's talk about their shadows. Obviously, we had like a oh shit moment with some of the mattes falling out on my face. Yeah, but we got it all cleaned up. We got it all worked out. Their shadows are beautiful. I mean, look how they're just so pigmented and they're rich. They do have some kick up in the pan. I know people hate that, but honestly, I can completely and totally forget about that. And I know there's some fallout on the face. Just make sure you're doing your eyes first and setting down some powders if you're doing your lower lash line to catch that and really like dust off your brush. Definitely my recommendations. But they're just so pigmented. They are so beautiful. They blend beautifully. They're easy to work with. I love Give Me Glow Singles. Honestly, they're my top favorite. But this Dragon Blood, like this duochrome on the eyes, I picked this up with a dry brush, and this is the result of a dry brush. It's so good. It is so good. Like, they make beautiful duochrome. Give Me Glow is just so good. Don't sleep on it. Guys, 100%. Go and check them out. I know they're going to be releasing some blushes in the near future. I cannot wait till they launch those. As soon as they launch, I'm going to be on that website purchasing most, if not all of them. Depends on how many they come out with, what the price is. But usually every payday, I'm dropping some money on Give Me Glow. I just am. I love them. Don't sleep on them. They are great. But that is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you enjoyed this content, definitely give this video a thumbs up. This helps me out. This lets me know you enjoy Give Me Glow. This lets YouTube know that you enjoy Give Me Glow, or first impressions, trying new makeup, all those things. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click the little bell, so that way you can definitely be notified of more videos like these. I have tons of new makeup. I've got tons of like Sephora, Ulta, indie brands. Like, we have stuff coming. But that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!